And we are now live, Chairman.
Excellent, Christine. Thank you. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Township Clearview Committee of Adjustment meeting on Wednesday, September 18th at 7 p.m. I'd like to begin our meeting by recognizing the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples of Canada as traditional stewards and caretakers of the land. We acknowledge that Clearview Township is located within the boundaries of Treaty 18, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Teonatani, Wendat, and is the home of many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, as part of an intricate nationhood that reaches across Turtle Island. At this time of truth and reconciliation, we welcome the opportunity to work together towards new understandings and new relationships and ask for guidance in all that we do. Does anyone this evening on our panel have any pecuniary interest in the file we are about to discuss? See, oh, Mr. Gord, yes, you do. We have one file. Do you wish to stay for the meeting, Gord?
I rushed here to get to the meeting, so yeah, I'll listen.
Okay. Minutes from the last meeting. Any business arising from the minutes of the last meeting that no one agrees with? None. Seeing none. Can I have a motion to accept last month's meetings minutes? Gord, Rob, Dan, accepted. This evening we have one consent file 23-B05. The Committee of Adjustment today will consider this wonderful consent application scheduled under public hearings. Planning Act requires that a public hearing be held before the Committee of Adjustment decides whether or not to pass a consent. The public hearing serves two purposes. First, to present the Committee of Adjustment and the public the details and background of the application. And second, to receive comments from the public and agencies before a decision is made by this committee. For our only application this evening, our wonderful secretary will summarize the proposal and correspondence on file. Planning Division staff will provide any other information that is relevant to the application. After that, the applicant will be provided the opportunity to make a presentation, followed by questions. Committee members will then have the opportunity to question the applicant, the secretary treasurer, or the planner, or anyone giving presentations on the owner's behalf. Over to you, Madam Secretary.
Notice for this application was posted on the subject property on or before August 29th, 2023, being at least 14 days prior to the hearing. Notice for this application was also sent by mail to the assessed owners within 60 meters of the subject property. Notice was also circulated for the application to those persons, departments, and agencies likely to have an interest in the applications as legislated. Included with the notice was a legal description of the subject property and a description of the purpose of the proposed consent. The circulations were provided in accordance with the provisions of the Planning Act, RSO 1990, Chapter P13.
Excellent. Would you read out the file on consent file 23-B05 for the participants of this evening's meeting?
Yes. So all I would ask is that Member Ziegel would need to mute his microphone and turn off his video as he's declared pecuniary interest in relation to this application, so that there's no participation. The subject application concerns lands municipally known as 2056 Concession 8 South, formerly Nottawasaga, and legally described as Plan 497 Lot 1, West Hurontario Street, Part Blocks E and G, Part Mill. The purpose and effect of the application is to sever a portion of land from 2056 Concession 8 South to be added to the abutting lands located at 2100 and 2110 Concession 8 South. The lands at 2100 Concession 8 South will be merged with 2110 Concession 8 South, along with the severed land from 2056 Concession 8 South. Proposed severed parcel, 17 meters of frontage, 0.27 hectares, 0.67 acres of vacant land. Proposed land to be merged, 71 meters frontage, 0.181 hectares, 0.45 acres vacant land. Retained lot, 427 meters of frontage, overall 8.2 hectares, 20 acres, with dwelling and accessory building. The severed land and land to be merged will result in 2110 concession 8 being one lot having a total frontage of approximately 154 meters and lot area of 0.75 hectares, 1.85 acres. There is an existing house on these lands. We did receive comments from the chief building official, Bell Canada, Enbridge, Hydro One, and the Nottawasaga Valley Conservation Authority, all having no objection or concern to the application. And we have a recommendation from the planning department. Be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment of the Township of Clearview hereby approves consent 23B05 pertaining to lands at 2056 and 2100 Concession 8 South, Nottawasaga, subject to the following conditions. 1, that the owner meet all the requirements, financial and otherwise, of the municipality, including servicing bylaw charges and payment of the fee of $150 per lot for each certificate of consent to be issued. 2, that the owner solicitor obtains cancellation certificate from the township and pay the required fee of $150 to ensure that the severed 2056 Concession 8 South and merged lands 2100 Concession 8 South and receiving parcel 2110 Concession 8 South merge as one parcel. The solicitor shall provide an undertaking in writing that this condition will be fulfilled, as well as merging the PIN numbers to have only one PIN number for the new parcel. That the owner provides a description of the land which may be registered under the requirements of the Registry Act or Land Titles Act as applicable for each lot created. That any mortgage on the property be discharged from any lands being severed and for any lands to be added to a lot, 2110 Concession 8 South, with a mortgage that the mortgage shall be extended onto the additional land and the solicitor provide an undertaking in writing that this condition will be fulfilled. 5, that the property to be severed is conveyed into the same name as the owner of the budding land to the west and north, 2056 Concession 8 South, and being assessed as roll number 4329-010-010-15000, and that the solicitor provide an undertaking in writing that this condition will be fulfilled, as well as merging the PIN numbers to have only one PIN number for the new parcel. 6, that the property to be merged and conveyed into the same name as the owner of the abutting land to the east, 2100 Concession 8 South, being assessed as roll number 4329-010-010-15200, and that the solicitor provide an undertaking in writing that this condition will be fulfilled, as well as merging the PIN numbers to have only one PIN number for the new parcel. And 7, that the owner successfully applies to the municipality to amend the zoning bylaw 0654 to zone a portion of the subject lands from development area zone and rural to residential hamlet, RS zone and environmental protection EP-9 zone. And that is all I have.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Rosalind, do you have anything to add from your extensive file that we all have in front of us that we may or may not know about currently?
No, thank you, Chairman. No, I'm just here for any questions. I will note that the zoning bylaw did go on Monday to council. So there will be an appeal period now, but the bylaw is in process. So.
Thank you very much, Rosalind. I believe Sherry Hamilton is representing this file, or is it Mary that is representing the file, Madam Secretary?
Marie is here representing the file. I see that both her and Sherry have joined. I've been trying to promote them to panelists and asking them to unmute, but I'm not sure why that's not occurring.
All right, I'll give you a brief second or two to see if we can't get them to talk.
I think Sherry might be able to talk at this point.
Yeah, I'm unmuted right now, but I feel woefully unprepared to speak on the file, as Marie has really been the lead on it. So hoping that Marie's going to be able to join. I can answer questions maybe, but I don't think I'd be able to present to folks today.
All right, well then I will ask the committee people on the committee if they have any questions for you, Sherry. Anyone have any questions for Sherry on this file, or Rosalind for that matter? Seeing none,
No.
Sherry, you got off lucky.
There you go. Thank goodness.
Do I have a motion from committee to accept the file as read by Madam Secretary? Mark? All in favor? Robert, Dan, myself? Yes. You have a 20-day appeal period, Sherry. Then after that, I'd go see Christine and Rosalind and carry on with your project.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Thank you for coming out this evening. That would conclude the public portion of our meeting. Extensive agenda this evening. Any new business that we wish to discuss?
I have none.
Excellent, excellent. Next month, we are in person in Chambers.
We
Dan
are.
will join us from whatever part of the world he's in. Excellent. I look forward to it.
You never know.
Yes, we are scheduled tentatively for October 11th or
Yes,
yes,
we have 3 applications for October
at 3:00
at 3 o'clock.
in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Excellent. I have nothing. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Sure.